Hello, everybody, and
Hi,
welcome.
everyone.
Welcome back to the Handsome Game Med podcast with
Yay.
me, Colton DeMonte, and Mr. Brian Piccolo.
And I'm Colton DeMonte.
Yeah, I'm Brian Piccolo. It's nice to meet
What's up?
everybody. Nice to see
Yeah.
you. Nice to
I
be here.
can't see anything on my end, so if there's comments or anything, can you just shout them out to me and I'll address them?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I can also share my screen with you, too.
No, let's not go crazy.
Well, I'm pretty technologically crazy, so. Here, you should see some comments on here.
Ooh, it says that you started screen sharing.
Oh no, it messed up my thing doing that. Poop.
Oh,
Well,
no.
it's okay. I can fix it quick. This is just all part of the process. I'll just edit this out.
No, because what I'm saying is so good, we don't want to lose it. So,
Right. Oh.
hello, friends.
Hi. Sorry, just one moment, and then.
So let's get to the main topic of discussion.
Oh,
And
man.
it is, well, I'll give a little teaser. How about that while we're getting
Yeah.
this up? We're going to discuss the PlayStation 5, and we're also going to discuss something else.
Yes. Our top 5.
I don't want to call it top 5 because that would be a different list for me. I'm going to say my personal 5 favorite PlayStation 4 games.
Okay. That's good.
Because we're at the end of this console era, and or at least close to the end. And I think it would be nice to go back and reflect upon the good times that we've had.
Yes. And we have had some good times.
I've had one good time, so I really have a top 1 list. As we were discussing before we went live, I do not enjoy fun.
Laughter you don't like.
Laughter, joy,
People, expression.
anything. I don't enjoy anything.
And that's perfect for the video game world because
Yeah.
everyone in the video game world hates everything too.
That's true.
All right,
Actually,
there we go. And now
actually,
we're back.
I got a comment on over our last show that we did that my friend thought it was funny that I literally hated everything I played last week.
Yeah.
I didn't. I mean, I did hate a lot of things, but there were a couple good things.
I feel like it's pretty common to hate just a video game, like especially something brand new. I pick things up and I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Give up immediately.
Yep. Well, I mean, mine was the most ridiculous reason. I couldn't even start the stupid game. So
I do find that funny because I've had that same issue in older games. I think from PS2 or PS1 type, where I'm like, I don't even know how to do this. I don't know how to start.
It at launch. Like usually, you just press the start button or click on one player, and I could not figure it out. I also hate how stupid I am.
Did I ever tell you the story of when I rented Metal Gear Solid 2 when it first came out?
No.
And I got the opening cutscene is you land on the tanker and then all these Russians start slitting people's throats.
Yeah, yes.
I was probably like, I don't know, 11 at the time. It disturbed me so much I turned the game off and I didn't play it. Yeah, it took me years to go back to the game.
That's a pretty rough game for an 11-year-old, I would say.
It was pretty graphic, and I remember feeling guilt and feeling bad. Like, I was like, it's so realistic.
That's really funny.
But yeah, that's like the one time that's happened.
Yeah, I had that with and I apologize if we discussed this. I had that with the GTA 5 torture scene. I
really
hated every second of it. I was, and I love Grand Theft Auto, probably my all-time favorite gaming series.
Yeah.
But I was about to be done with it because I thought it was so disgusting.
Wow. I didn't think it was that bad.
No, you liked it?
I love torture and violence.
See, that is one thing. Yes, no, that is one thing I do love in video games and in real life is torture.
I don't know. I think even GTA 5 to me was still a little not on the realism side, so it didn't bother me as much. I think we've talked about this before.
We have.
Yeah. I love that game. I'm revisiting it now. I'm playing through story.
Spoiler, it almost made my list.
Ooh.
I'll tell you why it did not when we
Ooh.
get to that section.
Okay.
Segmentation.
Segmentation.
So
did you want to start with that, or did you want to start with PS5 news?
I think we start with the news that
Okay.
I'm sure everybody else is talking about, but it just happened a few hours ago. We learned the release date and the two prices of the upcoming PlayStation 5 video game console by Sony Entertainment.
Who are they?
Yes. So November 12th is the release date in most of the world, and then it said like other countries is like November 19th or something. It was funny the way they put it.
Well, what made me laugh about that was Twitter. I think it was Twitter. Somebody wrote, "Well, it looks like the UK gets fucked again."
No,
And
I think they're in the first wave of it too.
I think they read it wrong or something. But I was laughing in my mind because I was like, "You're talking about 7 days and you're fucked."
Right.
We're fucked out of a week.
This is the worst year ever.
2020 can kiss my ass. Yeah, that didn't make any fucking sense to me that we're fucked a whole week.
But that's less than 2 months away.
Yeah.
And we still do not know. So let me go over the pricing. Digital version only, no optical drive of any kind, $399.
Right.
With the disc, $499.
$100 for Blu-ray, I guess.
Yes.
That makes sense, I guess.
Is it worth saving $100 to have a digital-only platform at this point?
Especially in the times that we're in, I would say go digital, just because I'm never going to buy a physical copy of a game anymore. I don't think I like having it, because then you can have it and you can put it up and it looks cool.
Yes.
And that there's an appeal to that. But if you're just trying to save money, I would go with digital.
I would even say if you asked me this as recently as a year ago, before COVID and all that stuff, I would have said there's no way. I'll just save up and buy the disc-based system because I want to sell games back. I want to buy used games because this will eliminate the ability to play used games totally.
The only games that are going to work are PS4 games.
Right. So they did say that now too.
Yeah.
They're with PS Plus. They're gonna have, what do they call it? The PS Now collection. It's basically all the best games or all of the biggest games for PlayStation 4 will come with your PS Plus subscription. You can just download them and play them, which is a pretty nice value.
Really great.
But the downside, and here's me complaining again, is like any of those that I wanted to play, I've already played.
True.
But at least you'll have something. I'm sure not everyone has played every single game, so at least get one or two probably. They showed a good 15 or 20.
15 or 20. What do you think of the releases for PlayStation 5? Are there enough?
We don't know. So they only said like one game at launch, and I think it was the Devil May Cry 5 remake or whatever.
Wasn't Spider-Man included in that?
No, that is holiday 2020.
Okay, so that's December.
Yes.
End of December.
But they really made a point not to say launch. They would say holiday, first of 2021, something first quarter 2021. They only used the word launch with, I think it was the Devil May Cry remake, and I don't care that much about Devil May Cry.
No, I don't either. That was a launch title for PS2, wasn't it?
Yeah. Not 5. Yes.
No. Devil May Cry 2, I believe, was the launch.
But, I mean,
remembering right.
So I think that's probably why they're buffering it with these PS4 games that you get with Plus.
There's no games
to deal with your fancy new system.
Yeah. There's no games.
It does worry me a little bit. Like, I would like to have at least 4 or 5 games day and date with the launch.
Agreed.
And I don't necessarily want it to be a remaster of a PS4 game.
That I was just gonna say, I bet they'll creep up with like, we got a remaster. Aren't they remastering Dark Souls?
Yes, and it looks awesome.
Yeah, it does look good.
It looks fantastic. But I want, give me Spider-Man, give me the new Ratchet and Clank, something that shows me why I just spent $400 or $500 on this thing.
Why not Ratchet and Clank? And the thing is, you're buying the PS5 to have ray tracing and to be the next gen console 4K gaming.
You want to take advantage of the new fancy hardware that you're spending your fucking pandemic dollars on. Give me a few games.
Right. Give me games that have ray tracing in them. Besides Cyberpunk will, but I don't know if the PS4 version or even the PS5 version, for that matter, is going to have ray tracing. I don't know. Like,
I can't believe it does.
Well, if they release it for PS4, Are they going to release it for PS5? They haven't. They didn't even talk about Cyberpunk, did they?
No, they have not.
That's
I'm
crazy.
pretty certain that that's going to be one of those that releases cross-platform, so
Right. Okay.
cross-generation.
Well, it's coming out November 18th. So,
yeah, soon.
Oh, yeah. So it is going to be on PS5. So that would be a good game if that's releasing.
Yeah, I think they just delayed it again. Actually,
No.
I might be wrong.
I think
might be
you
wrong.
are
I might
wrong.
have
I've been
misheard
keeping
that.
up with that. I think they talked about the delays, maybe.
Okay.
That's my most important game, my last game on this gen. Basically.
So you'll get it for PS4 if you don't get a PS5. Are you going to get a PS5 at launch?
No. The answer is a big no because I learned my lesson with PlayStation 3, baby. I spent $599 US for a system that I wanted a game that didn't come out for a year.
What was that?
Metal Gear Solid 4.
Devil May Cry 2. Got it.
Devil May Cry. Yeah, that's it. I bought it for Devil May Cry. I don't even think I could play any games on it when I first got it. I got one. I don't even remember, dude. It was a blur. It was all a blur.
Yeah.
It was just, I made that money. I wanted to buy it because it was a hot new item, and it was just not a good idea at the
PS3
time.
launch was a little rough for a lot of reasons anyway.
I've been hearing some rough stuff about this one, too.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. I don't want
to. But it was nice. It was,
spoil it.
I would say that the event today, which it came on while I was at work, so I was pulled away 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
But a little underwhelming. I don't know. We got the prices, we got the date. That's what I wanted. But the games, like, they looked good, but nothing made me like, I have to get this on November 12th.
There's one, but it's also not coming out till next year. So, like
What's
you
that,
said,
Spider-Man?
No, the one I'm the most excited about. I texted you about the Hogwarts RPG.
Oh yeah, that looks cool,
dude. They've been talking about it since PS3.
They're all in the Call of Duty. Even that looked good. The
Black Ops, great.
And everything looked great, but nothing was. I would say the closest thing to being a must-have for me is the new Ratchet and Clank. And I'm not even a huge Ratchet guy, but the technology behind it is interesting enough and different enough that shows what differentiates the PS5 from the current generation. Yeah. That's what I want in the early launch games.
Yeah, I mean, they're able to do so much now. Like, they can fill your screen with insane action and all these different effects without any type of lag.
And just switch environments with no load times. Like, that's the craziest part. So
unbelievable, dude. I can't wait for that.
So
I'm going to wait.
Anyway.
I think I'm going to wait until summer of next year before I even consider getting a PlayStation 5.
Okay. Well, I am saying right now that I'm probably not going to get one.
Yeah. And then as the day comes out.
Oh, we're getting I forgot. We're getting Grand Theft Auto 5 at launch. We really are. No,
I know. That's why I'm laughing.
5 multiplayer at launch. So that's the big app for us.
Are you fucking kidding? Oh my god! I have it on my PC. I have it on PlayStation 4. I have it on my cell phone. I have it in my jeans.
360. Yeah.
It's everywhere.
I've bought it so many times. At least this time I won't have to pay for it again. But
I know. At least they're doing that. Thank God.
So I don't know how much time we have, but I thought since we were getting close to it, and you can
we can always take a break too.
Okay.
And come right
I thought that since we're getting close to the end of the life cycle of PlayStation 4, it might be fun to go back and talk about our favorite PlayStation 4 games or experiences. And I was going to limit it to 5, but if you have more, that's fine. But I only came up with 5 or 6.
Yeah, you go first.
You want me to go first? Okay.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think of things that were unique and not things that had released on a previous console, because Grand Theft Auto 5 might have been high on my list because I played a shit ton of that on the PS4.
Mm-hmm. But it's a PS3 game.
The only real difference is that they had the first-person mode, and I consider it PS3/360 game anyway. So
exactly,
that got narrowly elbowed off the list. Resident Evil 7 got narrowly elbowed off the list for me.
Wow.
I think it's fantastic. And in VR, it's the scariest experience I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
I've literally played 15 minutes of it in VR.
Yeah. You can't play the
So
whole game in
I can't even
VR.
make it more than 15 minutes. And it's parts like I've played through the first few hours of Resident Evil 7. I never finished it,
Yeah.
but it's parts that I even know there's nothing going to happen. Like you're walking to the house, and I even know nothing's going to happen. It's too scary in VR.
Yeah.
So my number five is Inside. Did you ever play Inside?
No. It sounds familiar though. Is it a 2D platforming?
Sort of. Did you ever play Limbo?
Yes.
Okay, so it's that studio. I'm drawing what is their name?
I got
Not
you.
Don't Nod.
Oh,
Um,
this is
anyway,
not
it's
it.
the follow up to Limbo. Basically, it's similar gameplay to that.
Yeah.
Really weird, really atmospheric. But yes, that kind of 2D puzzle platforming that was in Limbo. I just thought it was a really unique experience.
It's
I
really dark.
got, it's very dark. I got into the story, which leaves a lot of room for interpretation. And it does have one of the coolest ending sequences of any game I've ever played. Um, and again, I want to clarify that these are not the five greatest PS5 games, but the PS5 games that I would say are my favorite or had the biggest impact on me.
Right.
So that's my number five. Would you like to do your number five?
I yeah, do you want to do it like that? We can.
Yeah, let's go back and forth and see if we match up on any of them.
Okay. So I'm kind of, I'm sort of like a big AAA title type,
Mm-hmm.
like those are my top games.
Okay, use a Hua for AAA.
Yeah, I'm a big AAA hewer.
Hua.
Um, I'm just trying to think of like, okay, so top five. My five would probably, I would have to say, and only because I didn't finish it, but it was so good when I was playing it.
Okay.
Horizon Zero
Yes.
Dawn.
Yep. That's a
So, and that's the only reason it's five for me is because
well,
it was so excellent, but I only rented it. I never got to buy it. I didn't have the money for it, and I would love to replay it. But what I played was like groundbreaking to me.
so that game is beautiful. I have bought it twice, and I can also relate in that I have never finished it. Um, and this is again probably a recurring theme on this show, but I just don't have the attention span to dedicate 40 to 50 hours to a game, no matter how much I loved it. And I really
It's
did love
so
that.
long.
I think that's a really good choice. Inside is more like I don't remember exactly, 4 to 5 hours maybe. 2 or 3 sittings for me.
Yeah.
But I really love the story of Horizon and where it was going, and I do need to go back and finish that one. I think that's a really good choice.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, what they did with the maps and everything and how big the monsters were,
Yeah.
it's like, come on.
I also really sucked at it too, so that didn't help.
Really?
Uh, yeah.
It's one of those games that I was so afraid to do the wrong thing because of how much I cared about the character and how much I
Mhm.
didn't want anything bad to happen.
I will. We will come back to that when I get to my number one game, but that is exactly one of the feelings I have.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
All
Yeah.
right.
Now you're number four.
Number four, and by coincidence, it is Uncharted 4.
Ooh.
And I think it is my favorite Uncharted game, even though most people would disagree with that. But I just thought the story was probably the most sharply written. The graphics were, of course, the best. A lot of people like 2 the best. A
Yeah.
lot of people dislike 3 because of where the story goes. I thought 4 was great. I thought it had some really good story moments. The set pieces were, of course, Uncharted, just like they always do, just humongous and
Oh my
crazy.
God. It's like a Fast and the Furious movie, but good.
Yeah, it's like, and then there's also Crash Bandicoot in it. Uh,
Yeah. The first level of Crash Bandicoot. That kind of
so
makes it.
I thought that was a cool moment too. And it's just funny. I just love the writing that all the Naughty Dog games have. It's just
Yeah.
it's a class above the typical video game nonsense that you get. Or not even nonsense, but it's genuinely good writing, I guess, is the way I'm trying to what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. And
And I think that, The Last of Us is, kind of, it was the next title. It was the big, you know, it was a big follow up to Uncharted, but you go from insane Indiana Jones action to brutal killing
disease, post-apocalyptic shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
revenge.
yeah,
It's always hard to do a revenge story rather than an epic adventure. It's always easier to do that. And I think that's where Uncharted just always wins in that regard.
yeah. I think yes. It's a lower hanging target to reach or whatever the saying is. But
Yeah.
I just think that the comedy of it and the timing is just it's really well done. The graphics are of course amazing. So that's my number four, Uncharted 4.
Yeah, very good. Very good
Fourth
choice.
favorite.
Let's see. My number 4, and it's got to be PS4 game. I just want to make sure I'm not doing a, because thinking of the list, oh yeah, The Last of Us. Oh yeah, that's PlayStation 3.
But it did come out on PlayStation 4 also, the
Oh, you know,
remaster.
you know what? I will say for my number 4, I'm going to say, um, Dark Souls 3.
Okay.
And the only reason is because it was one of the first games I got for PlayStation 3 or
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation 4, excuse me. And it was recommended to me because I'd never played a Dark Souls game. I didn't know what to expect at all. And it was
Oh
just
God.
this crazy, not knowing what it was,
Yeah.
made it so much more like, what the fuck? Like I'm so pissed off at this game, but it's so great because you're
Yeah.
trying so hard. It was the first super intense hardcore game I played.
Did you ever
PS4.
play Bloodborne?
I tried. I couldn't get past the first boss, but I was able to play pretty much all of Dark Souls
Oh,
3.
that's crazy because they're just I mean they're obviously known for being really like obtuse and extremely difficult. Like
Yeah.
one of those kind of games you have to look up online to see what items are and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, and I watched a full walkthrough, but when you're talking about quality of game, how many hours you get out of it, how much
yeah,
feeling of happiness you get just by
when you finally
beating.
kill a big fucker or
Oh
whatever.
my god, it's amazing, dude. It's
Okay, that's a
amazing.
good. That's a very lovely choice. I am not a Dark Souls guy. I've tried a couple times on 360. I've
Yeah.
not tried on PS4. So
It is hard,
um,
and I do want to pick up Dark Souls 1 and see if I can do it, like the new remaster,
it
but
looks great.
it looks great, and if the PvP is there, it might be really fun. So
Oh,
I'm
they're
going to
doing
pick.
PvP.
Yeah, they did in Dark Souls 3. It was kind of like the
Really?
intro
I
to it.
didn't
Yeah, it was
know that.
cool. It was fine, like I was too shitty at it to do it, but
Right.
it's cool. And if you suck at the game, you can bring in online players that help you. So
Interesting.
so you don't even have to be good. But yeah, so that's my number 4.
I like that number 4.
Thank you.
I will say that my next three are going to be very controversial,
Okay.
but I have personal reasons.
Cuties, the video game.
What was it?
Cuties, the video game.
Oh no, I
New
haven't played
Netflix
that.
movie?
It's on my list though, and I'm on a list now too.
Yeah.
Um, my number three, and I have a reason, but it is MLB The Show 2016 specifically. Um, I like
Okay.
baseball games. I think the show is one of the best is the best baseball franchise. It's basically the only franchise out. And when I first saw MLB The Show 16 running on my TV, I couldn't believe it was actually a video game. It looked
Really?
so friggin' realistic. The animation, like even just little things like the ball coming into the glove or leaving the pitcher's hand, looked so real compared to anything that had come before it. Um, I won't talk about baseball too long. It's my
No,
favorite
you're
sport.
good. No, please.
Um,
It's fine.
but this was one of the main reasons I got a PlayStation 4. I love the series on PS3. I just could not believe how good it looked, and even on PS3, it still looked fantastic. But this is pretty darn good. So that's all I have on that.
Dude, no, sports games they have a place in the list of, I mean, there are so many sports games. It's a huge genre. Like it would be irresponsible to leave it out.
But a lot of like podcasts and websites that I like pretty much gloss over sports games
Of
because
course.
typically like the kind of people who would watch video game podcasts or go to their websites um, are not big sports fans. But I love sports video games and MLB The Show is just so good that I had to include it somewhere.
Yeah, no.
But obviously the newer versions are better. Just that's the one that I spent the most time with initially, and yeah, that's my number three.
Cool. I like it. And I'm going to do my number 3 after we get back from this break.
Ooh, teasers.
Because we're about to run out of some time here, so we're going to restart, or not restart, but come back from a break, take a little break, and I will have my number 3.
Okay, love you.
Love you. Welcome back to the Handsome Game Med podcast.
Yay.
I'm going to play my number 3, and this one's pretty, it's also on PC, but it's an exclusive. Xbox does not have this game.
It doesn't have to be a PlayStation exclusive.
No. Okay, so it is Fall Guys, and the only reason is because of how much time I got out of this game, and it's so new, it's so fun. It made 2020 not suck as much.
Yes.
It's a huge phenomenon. People love this game. I love this game, even though it pisses me off.
It's the perfect 2020 game. It's just joyous and colorful, and the music is happy, and it's fun, and you get to interact with people, and they can't talk to you unless you let them.
It's genius.
So it's really a smart, and I don't know if it was right place, right time kind of thing, but it was really kind of the perfect thing to come out when it did. We have discussed my sort of problems with the physics and stuff like that, which I know is intentional, but it's undeniably one of the best games to happen on this console as far as just fun.
Yeah, and it is a PS4. As far as consoles go, it's only on PS4. So
that's cool. Okay.
No Switch, no Xbox. It is on PC, but they had some sort of deal. So
okay.
I don't know. It's just I really like the fact that they are doing something different. They're deviating from the path of all other.
It's not a battle royale shooter game. It is a battle royale platformer, basically.
And that's exactly like. I was a platform guy. I'm big in platforms, so this was cool for me. I really liked, and I like how they're changing it as the seasons go on. So.
Yeah, really cool, really adorable, really maddening. Like there's a lot to love about Fall Guys, and I think that's I didn't think to put it on my list, and I still don't think I would, but it would certainly be in a top 10 or 15 for me.
Yeah, for me, my list is like, I mean, there's so many good games. It's
just more like, it's impossible to come up. I just thought it'd be fun for us to figure out what our
like the best, that PS4 has to offer on every different level.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Right, so what's this would be number 2 for you, right?
Yes, I'm going to go number 2 right now.
Oh.
And I think if anyone actually knows me, and if you know me, you'll be surprised that this is my number 2. But it is it's definitely second of all time in number of hours spent. And it is Rocket League.
Yeah.
It is car soccer. It was free with PlayStation Plus when it launched. I remember reading about it the day it launched. I never heard of it before. I had never heard about the prequel on PS3, Supersonic, Acrobatic, Robotic, whatever cars it was.
Yeah.
But that also looks fun. Rocket League's the best. I've had so much fun with it. I have hated people irrationally because they say nice, great save or whatever the
the sarcasm.
Nice save after I fuck up. But as a sports fan, I feel like Rocket League is the closest I've ever gotten to feel like you're actually practicing a sport, because the skill ceiling is so high. There's so much techniques you can learn. I feel the same as when I was growing up playing baseball or soccer. Like, you feel like you're actually improving the more you play, and I rarely get that. I mean, that obviously happens with every video game. It's a different kind of feeling for me with Rocket League. Like, I can only get so good at Call of Duty, but I feel like I got immensely better at Rocket League the more I played. Not like what you're seeing on screen right now, but at least to not be a complete deficiency on my team. So that is, God, I've spent, I mean, maybe thousands of hours, probably not, but certainly hundreds.
I love playing this game with you when we were first in quarantine, just looking for something to do. This was a perfect game.
Yep.
I do want to revisit it with you at some point.
I would too. I've really cooled off on it lately. I've
Have you?
been
Okay.
really playing a lot of VR. I actually played a few games for the first time in a month or two last night, and it's still fun.
Yeah.
But I think I kind of burnt myself out on it a little bit at the beginning of
That's fair.
quarantine. So I'm kind of giving it a break. But I mean, it's impossible to argue that this is certainly my second favorite game that came out for PlayStation 4.
I I have to agree. It is very good.
Very
Um,
good.
I would also like to ask a question. Do you think that PlayStation 5 is going to come out with a new Rocket League?
Yes, it would be crazy for them not to, because that thing's made trillions of dollars for them.
Yes.
But I would be more surprised if PlayStation 5 doesn't come out with regular Rocket League before they come out with Rocket League 2. Because
Yeah.
it's going to free to play in a couple weeks, I think, um,
Really?
across all consoles. So
Really?
it will be completely free to play. That'll get a whole bunch of new
On
players in. So
PC?
maybe that's what they're doing to amp up the hype for Rocket League 2.
Ah, huh.
But if there is anything about Rocket League 2, I have not seen it.
I
So
haven't
they
either.
probably can just do a Grand Theft Auto 5 thing with this and just keep it around forever, iterate on it a little bit, and they probably don't even need to make a Rocket League 2
I
for the
think all
foreseeable.
they would do was maybe upgrade graphics, put
Graphics,
some
yeah.
mods on it.
I
That's
can't
it.
think of anything else. I mean, the online, as much as we complain about it, it's actually pretty solid compared to a lot of games of that size. Um, and I do really quickly want to say I did not mention Fortnite. I did not mention, some of the biggest games that came out for PlayStation 4, but this again is my personal favorites,
Yeah,
not the
biggest
best.
doesn't always mean best.
Right.
Um, Also, we got in the chat, Have Fun Streaming asked, or well said, Colton, you should play Among Us. Have you heard of Among Us, Brian?
Yes, I think is that the one with the somebody plays a murderer or two people play a murderer and you're
Yeah.
supposed to like question each other verbally.
Yes.
Is that the right one?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
But
crazy.
it looks cool.
You lie to your
Um,
friends. It's so basic and simple.
there's a card game, not a deck game, but a card board game, Jesus,
Oh, okay.
uh, that has a similar premise where um, there's two spies that are trying to get everyone else to fail their missions, but you have to it's basically a communications game. I
Uh-huh.
know Among Us has a video game to it, but a similar concept, and I'm really interested in both of them, honestly.
Yeah, if you
I've not played either.
do you just
I've
have a
not-
Mac?
What's that?
Do you have a Mac or is it PC?
I have a Mac and a PC.
Okay, so this game runs on almost zero like graphical settings. It's so basic and simple. It's something you could download. It's $5.
Does it run on Mac?
I don't know if it runs on Mac, but if you have a PC, it'll run on the worst PC possible.
The only problem is the PC I have
Hmm.
does not have a camera and does not have voice or audio.
Well, you
It
have a
just
USB mic, right?
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you could find it, you just plug it into your PC,
I guess that's true. I've done that before. I don't
and
know
you
why.
actually don't need any video for it. That's the best thing.
Oh, really? I thought
Just
for some
audio.
reason there was video chat, but I guess that's the only way I've watched it was like in the
On Twitch. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have Discord, which is free, you would
Yes,
just
I do.
yeah. Oh yeah, you have Discord. Yeah, we've been on there. So yeah, you would just join up on the Discord, and then
Okay.
we'd play. And then I think
So
Kevin.
the chat, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I
No,
don't
man.
know if you noticed. The chat happens through Discord. It's not through the game itself.
Correct.
Okay, interesting.
And you mute it, so you have control. You can set a hotkey. So I just set it to like M on my keyboard,
Okay.
and then I just hit that, and then you can stop talking or whatever.
So you have played it.
I have not, but I have it set up for Discord. So if I do play a game, I can mute, and it's just like basically. what I
Oh,
do.
for Discord. I'm
I know
sorry.
I said it like I've played it. I have not
I
played
have not played it.
it.
I have not.
Oh, hi, Among Us. All right. Oh yeah. So a little off topic, but now
No, that's cool. I do want to check that out.
yes, we should, because that would be really fun with the crew
Yep.
and everything.
Yep.
So my second top two
I like it.
of 5
I like it.
is, of course, a game that changed my motherfucking life, made me
Among Us.
happy. It's Among Us. It's a yeah. No, Spider-Man. Marvel's
Yeah,
Spider-Man for PS4. As basic and as simple as it is, you are Spider-Man.
yeah,
Which is the most obnoxious thing to say. I felt like I was Spider-Man. But
yeah.
you really, the web slinging was perfect. Everything, the moves, everything, costumes, all that. If you're a geek about Spider-Man, which I am, you will love this game and you will
No,
play it constantly.
Insomniac's great.
Oh,
Um, they did a great job with it. I only played, so I've done it a real disservice. I only played it on the PS Now
oh okay.
version, and I only played the streaming version. So it kind of looked shitty, and it kind of didn't run
Dude,
great, and I still really enjoyed it.
let me
I could
give you my
download it.
copy. Please let me give you my copy.
All right, give me your
Because
copy.
I've a 100% of this game twice. I don't need
Yeah,
to play this game ever again, but it's so good. Yeah, I'll give you my copy next time. Uh, we see each other. It should be about 2 years from now.
yeah. No, 2024. I'll play Spider-Man
Yeah,
for.
but no, we can we can link up and I can just hand it off to you. I'd love to give it to you. It's so good.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I was very impressed with it, and everybody that's played it seems to love it. I didn't get far enough to get into any of the cool, like the weird social media stuff that they have in the story background and stuff that I've read
mhm,
about. Like, there's a fake Twitter or whatever. I think I don't. I
kind
might
of. It's more like a villain that uses
something,
social media.
something like okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm
in
close.
the newer comics, obviously. The newer comic. I can't remember her name. Um, but yeah, she like contacts social media, and all these weirdos come out and protect her. So,
Gotcha.
but yeah, I mean, Spider-Man. I am so excited for the second one. I just hope they don't.
It looks fantastic, so I think you'll be.
If they
I think
make the
you'll be
puddles
happy.
smaller, I'm gonna be pissed.
No, they Puddlegate. Yeah.
Puddlegate was a big deal. But
Oh,
yeah, no, Miles Morales is my favorite Spider-Man, so I'm really looking forward to that.
yeah. I don't know enough about him. I only know Peter Parker.
Oh, see, I knew about Miles when I was younger. I can't remember when
I
his.
didn't even know there was a different, like, I don't even understand how there is a different Spider-Man, but whatever.
There's a different Superman. I used to get those comics where
No,
he was a black guy, and
no,
and he turned his skin into metal, so it was like it was a little different than Superman. But yeah,
I don't.
it's true. But yeah, so
These
that's
comics these days,
I know. Oh, I can't wait to hear what your number one is. By the way.
well, I'm gonna preface it by saying, and as soon as I start saying, you'll know exactly what it is, just like my number two.
Okay.
It is the most fun I've ever had playing a video game. If I'm playing it, you cannot knock the smile off my face. I love it. When my little character dies, I feel sad. It's the most innovative game I've ever played, and you're typing in exactly
Is
what
that
it is.
okay?
It is Astrobot Rescue Mission for the PlayStation 4 video game console. And every single level, they do something that you've never experienced in a video game before in your life. It's the most creative. It's the prettiest VR game. It's so fucking adorable. I love the little guy. The platforming is fantastic. I mean, it's
Oh yeah.
basically the best platforming game I've ever played, mixed with the most ambitious graphics, the most creative levels and things that you have to do. And it's just pure joy. It's
Dude,
great.
it looks like so much fun. And for a VR game, I mean, it's not this first person perspective either. I mean, you're
No,
following a
but
little
you
robot.
actually, in a weird way, and I can't say it without you experiencing it or also spoiling some important things,
Whoa.
but you, as the human controlling the
Oh.
game, play an actual physical part in the level. So
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
try to
watching
give
it
you an
now.
example. So you'll be walking through a forest or whatever, and there'll be like an overhang, like a bridge or something. You have to physically duck under it while your character
Oh.
runs around in front of you. Or there's these other parts with like planks, and you have to headbutt them with your actual head in real life to be able to advance the level. You have to dodge those little bees that were just flying by. Um, but I am currently on the final boss, and I have a weird thing where I don't like things that I love to end. So the final boss is the craziest thing I've ever seen, and I'll shut up in here in a second. But it's this angry robotic shark, and you're in the water. So he splashes the water with his fins, and these waves come up to you, and they come up over your physical head in the game. And then it sinks you, and you have to look up and control your little guy like 50 feet above you. I mean, it's just crazy. I can't, if you don't have VR, I can't do it justice explaining it, but just trust me, get fucking PlayStation VR and get Astrobot. It's worth the price of admission alone. And I love VR. I love PlayStation VR. It's the best game of PlayStation.
I do need to get a VR soon. Maybe or at least when PS5. I think when PS5 comes out, I think that they're going to have some more titles too, hopefully.
This month, like the next 30 days are loaded, and this whole year has been just crazy. So it's never been a better time to get PlayStation VR. But yeah, it's you can tell I get so excited when I talk about it. It's just
I've seen you stream it. Cool. It's so fun to watch you stream it too.
And I just hate it because you can't get what it's doing unless you're inside that stupid helmet.
Yeah, I still enjoyed watching it. I don't care what you say. I still enjoyed watching.
Yeah, no, it's super cute and it's super fun.
Hearing your little giggle when you do things is
and if you look at him, if he's not running around, he waves at you and stuff. It's just it's so great. That's my number one.
Great pick, Kevin. Kevin Fink says great pick, Brian.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. It looks really fun. I haven't played it yet, but I plan.
I just love it. I love it so much. And I love that people love that I love
it. And I love you.
And I love all of you out there.
All right. You ready for my number one?
I am. I'm ready for your number one.
I think you can already see it, but
nope.
People are probably going to get really mad at me.
Nope. I don't think so.
Because God of War did not make the list, a game that I did play.
Ooh.
And I did very much enjoy it.
I didn't even think about that.
Dude, it's so good. But it just, for me, was not the game of the year, in my opinion. I thought it's a great story, but it's a story that's been fucking told, Elder and the youngling, he's got to teach the thing, and then they grows up, and then the thing. I'm tired of it.
Every video game.
There's so many video games where you're...
Pong, Space Invaders.
Yeah, Pong. Yeah, Frogger.
Yeah. Teach the thing, you do the thing, you go to the thing.
Dig Dug. Yeah. It's just mostly the whole adult with young person. I've had it. I'm done with it. I don't need it anymore. I don't need a father-son relationship. I don't need it to make me feel bad about my relationship with my father. I don't need that. Okay? I just like a game, but and of course I say that while prefacing this next game, which is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
This game made me cry. And I don't mean like, it was just, so like, the graphics were so loud, my eyes teared up. No, I cried because of the journey and the sickness of this man who was bad that became good. It was subtle, that it wasn't totally in your face all the time, and then by the end of the game you're so disheveled and you're just ready to move on and save who you think should be saved. And it's just I just thought the acting was brilliant, and I love great acting in a game.
Rockstar's up there with Naughty Dog as far as just amazing storytelling and acting quality. Other games are starting to catch up, but those are still the two best. And from what I've seen of Red Dead 2, I mean, it's been fantastic. And there's so much to do with all the different systems going on. You have so much to concentrate on. But what I think I would have liked, and I will explain that about this, is kind of the downtime where you're around the campfire and kind of getting to know your posse and all that stuff. Like, it just seemed really cool and kind of thoughtful.
Yeah, I think it was more of a artistic piece than it was meant to be an insanely intense video game.
You look at these shots. I mean, it's just insanely good looking.
Yeah, these are some 4K shots, so a little bit of ultra. Even though this is 1080, it still looks great. It just moved me to tears. Like I keep saying that, but the only thing I did not like about this game was its ending.
Okay.
And I know you didn't play through it, but I won't spoil anything. I'm not that
No,
you're
I
going
will
to
tell you how far I made it into this.
Okay.
And go ahead.
So the ending just felt like rushed. Like they were already on a time crunch. This game took like 8 years to make. I think since inception, it took like 8 years to make this game.
8 years after the movie Inception, yeah.
Yes. And so when it got to the ending, I felt like they were like, you know what, we fucking nailed this game. Just kind of wash out the ending. You know,
Yeah.
Just get him to where he needs to go, end it, move on. And it just felt it didn't do a good enough service to me for all the time I put into the game.
And here's the one thing that's going to make me want to go back and play it. I mean, I do want to go back and play this.
To,
yeah. The only Rockstar release for PlayStation 4. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5, yeah, on 360, and that was on PS3. Crazy. This is the only thing we got to see what they could do with this generation. So I think this is a good choice, and I think they nailed it. It was just too much for me. I was scared of the 40 to 50 hours. I made it 15 minutes in, so I got through the initial snowy level, and then there's a shootout at some house and with the barn or whatever right at the beginning. And I died immediately, and I gave the controller to my roommate, and I said, here you go. And that was the last time I played it.
Yeah, you got to get past that.
I really do.
Once you put in an hour, then you get to Valentine, and then you're going to the saloon, and then you're going bang, 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 and then you're having gunfights, and then it's a real fucking cowboy film, and it's just so good.
Didn't give it that much of a chance. To be also fair, I didn't really play a whole lot of Red Dead 1. I started it numerous times, and I played through 8 or 9 hours of it, maybe at the most, or at my longest playthrough. But I started it like 3 or 4 times because I'm like, man, everybody likes this. Why is it not grabbing me?
Yeah.
But this one, I think, I'm just watching this footage. It looks fantastic, and I need some Rockstar in my life.
It's so fun. I think that you'll get hooked because it did take me a while. I didn't like the snowy part. I fucking hated that part. I thought it
looks so good though.
It looks great, but it's also the worst part of the game because you're not doing shit. You're just learning mechanics and whatever. I know how to play Grand Theft Auto. I know how to play this game.
Apparently I didn't, because I died immediately in that shootout.
Oh, I did. I did
too. The barn. I'm like, I don't know which one is the barn.
Well, here's a little hint for you. PS4 with Rockstar games is the auto lock, so just click R2 and or L2, and it'll just aim quick, and then just R2. You know, it's just alternating, and then you'll get through it pretty quick.
Okay.
But no, I
like it. I think it's a great choice. I love Rockstar.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, it's brilliant. Just brilliant game.
And so, I'll do it.
Yay!
Maybe not this week, but I promise by the end of, maybe by the time we talk again, I'll at least have given it a shot.
Yeah, and I'd say take it slow. It's not a game meant to be rushed. I rushed it, and I still enjoyed it. But if you take it slow, you're going to get a lot out of this game.
I don't know if I would even finish it before PlayStation 5 comes out, which I'm definitely getting.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised Red Dead's not going to be free on there too.
Right. No, they can still sell it.
Yeah. Man, it does look so good though.
It does look good, man. It's crazy.
But yeah, that's Red Dead. That's all I got to say about that.
Okay, so we're up to number 0 game.
Yeah.
And the number 0 game on my list.
Worst game for PS4.
Worst game for PlayStation 4. Oh God. So I'm going to do this feature coming up. I'll stream it on YouTube and maybe Twitch.
Okay.
But I have PlayStation Now, and there's some real fucking dog shit on there. Not just for PlayStation 4, but like old PlayStation 3 games and stuff. Like I played this one. I played Handball, and it's god awful. I think I played a paintball, Johnny something paintball, and that was awful. So I've been kind of trying to look around to see like the absolute worst stuff, and I thought that would be fun to stream. So I'll probably do that. Oh yeah, Alekhine's gun. Mm-hmm.
I think that definitely one of them.
Oh, Tony Hawk 5 was god awful.
I didn't even try it. I think one of them, dude, is Death Stranding.
I never played it.
Me neither. I saw it. I watched gameplay. I do that for a game that I'm like, I'm interested, but I'm not convinced to buy it based on.
That was another one. That was another one where I was like, God damn, 50, 60 hours, and I don't even know if I'm gonna like this because
Yeah.
I didn't finish Metal Gear Solid 5. I should have maybe put Metal Gear Solid 5 on this list.
Ooh, you should play
Didn't
that.
think about it.
I need to play through that one too.
I need to play through that one again. It's wait, is that even PS4?
Kevin, which game did you return? Which one? PS4.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yes.
Was that on 360 also?
No way.
I think it was.
No, I think it was this generation.
No, I'm pretty sure because I think the MGS5 Echoes or whatever.
PS4. Oh,
Ground Zeroes. I'm
oh
pretty
wow,
sure.
Phantom Pain
No.
360.
Okay, I knew I wasn't crazy. Okay, that's why I didn't add it to this list because I remembered it was also on 360.
What was the one that was PS4 exclusive? There was one.
I don't think so.
It was the other one. It wasn't called 6. Hang on.
MGS3?
Nah.
I think 3 might have been PS3 exclusive.
Huh. I swear.
Oh, it was that stupid Metal Gear Survive, and I don't even. I don't even think that was exclusive.
Yeah, never mind. I don't count that one.
No, that's not a real game.
My worst. I did play this game, Ghostbusters.
I never played it.
Oh, don't.
It looks all right.
You don't need to. Oh, I'll say this, and it saddens me that it didn't turn out better. And I'm pretty sure this was a PS4 exclusive. Yooka-Laylee.
Oh God.
So
Yooka-Laylee 2 is actually decent.
2? There's no 2.
Oh yes, there is.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Yooka-Laylee 2 is actually decent.
Sequel announced.
I think it's a side scroller. I played it.
Nope.
Yeah.
I don't see it here.
I promise.
Yooka-Laylee.
It may not be called Yooka-Laylee 2, but there's definitely a sequel to Yooka-Laylee.
Really?
Impossible Lair, I think.
Did I spell sequel wrong? Yeah, sure did. I don't see it.
I think it's Impossible Lair. I played it on something.
Huh. Maybe it was just the original. Oh, in the Impossible Lair.
Yep.
Was that just an add-on? Oh, it's a top-down.
It's a direct sequel. And it is I think it's a side scroller. It's not a behind the back third person.
Why did they do that?
But it's way better than the first one.
I can't believe. Maybe they thought this would fix it.
It's way better. Like
you know how disappointed I was, bro.
Yeah.
You know how fucking disappointed I was.
Gotta get Astro. If you like them 3D platformers, Astrobot is the greatest one I've ever played.
Yeah. See, I was looking for a Banjo-Kazooie type, and they fucked it. They fucked it up. Yeah. But that's my sadness. And The Last of Us Part 2, I would say was my least favorite. Not bad, but least favorite PS4.
I would say that I was thinking about it today and I want to go back to it. But man, I fell off that super hard and fairly early. That was what, 5 or 6 hours in we were talking?
I got about 20.
So did you finish it?
No.
Oh, you did not?
No,
I did not.
It was one of those things where it was like, okay, I'm like 20 hours in, I'm close. I got to be close. And then it's like, what? Now I have to do all of this?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm done. I cannot do this game. It's not interesting at all.
Man, what a shame.
And it's not even the lesbian stuff. It's not even the gay stuff.
That's where I turned it off. I was like, no, thank you.
Brian.
I get enough of that in my real life.
Brian, we're live? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Sorry, delete that from your memories, everyone.
Just kidding. No, it had nothing to do with why everyone else hated it. You know, everyone else hated it for the wrong reason.
People hated it for that reason. I didn't
even hate it.
And I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it either.
I actually really liked it. It was so overwhelming, the amount of stuff I was going to have to do.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
I didn't even make it that far.
It reminded me of like the cutscenes and the acting was like, am I watching a Twilight movie? Like it felt.
I liked it. I liked the story.
I don't know.
The acting was great.
As soon as there was a pregnant woman that had to go out on missions and help and kill clickers and stuff, I was out. That was the moment I was like, there's no fucking way.
You do not believe in female pregnancy.
Or COVID.
Or COVID. You deny both of them.
But it took me out immediately because of COVID, where it's like we are protecting our most vulnerable. And in this reality, they're putting their most fucking vulnerable out in the front lines because she says, I'm fine. No. That's not an excuse. It just took me out. Sorry.
Ladies, am I right? Ugh. Can't live with them. Can't kill zombies.
Well, that's our top 5. I think that was a pretty fucking good top 5.
It was a good fun time, and I'm sure next week I will think of 5 more that I was like, what the fuck? But definitely not Astro.
Real quick though, before we go, I want to talk about my most anticipated game for PlayStation 5 coming out.
Okay.
Which we just briefly talked about was the Harry
Spider-Man?
Potter.
No, Harry Potter.
Because this is I know we talked about it earlier, but I quickly would like to watch the trailer because it just looks so good.
What is it called? Hogwarts something.
Yeah, it's Hogwarts.
Hogwarts RPG.
Yeah, probably. Oh no, it's Legacy. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, I just want to watch this quick because it looks fucking. It's the perfect game idea, you know, RPG at Hogwarts. So.
This is when I got pulled away during work, of course. So.
Oh really? Okay.
I saw it in the background a little bit. Oh, it's by Avalanche, really? Huh.
Yeah, big. Yeah.
Magic, both beautiful and powerful, binds together our long history. That common bond we share is the legacy of Hogwarts.
Hell yeah.
Now it is time to add your own story to these hallowed halls. And quite possibly shape the future of the wizarding world. Every corridor, every portrait, every stone in this castle tells the story.
So yeah, it's the whole
witches and wizards
all of Hogwarts
who came before. Here you will meet lifelong friends and grow into your own magical abilities.
Quidditch better be a big part of this.
Of the world's most talented professors. And while your journey begins at Hogwarts, brewing potions, taming fantastic beasts, and mastering spells, there is a larger world beyond these walls.
See, that
a world filled with dangers you can't yet imagine. An ancient knowledge long gone from this world. That strange and mysterious talent you possess may be the key to unlocking this dormant power. Your potential is limitless. But what form will it take? The journey ahead will reveal what you stand for. The choices you make now will define the legacy of Hogwarts.
Yeah, I fucks with that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm fucking with that, man.
The funny thing about that trailer is it feels like it should only be 30 seconds with the way the voice acting is like,
yeah,
do your best. And then he's like, oh, and furthermore, I guess you're going to walk around a lot too. Create the potions and hit the buttons on the game.
Also, Fantastic Beasts. Did we tell you about that?
Yeah. No, that looks good.
Yeah, it just looks like it's perfect. It's going to put me in that world, and that's all I've wanted for my whole life. So
it needs to be in VR. Every PlayStation 5 game should be in VR.
If it wasn't a third-person mode, I think it would be.
I don't care. VR.
You got to do GTA 5 in VR.
I don't think it is in VR.
Can you?
Not for PlayStation VR.
Oh, I thought you could.
Oh God, I would never leave my room if Grand Theft Auto was in. I'd just be getting hosed all the time.
Yeah, Brian, are you still in the strip club?
Yep.
All right, man. I think that we got about an hour for the podcast, so
perfect.
Just want to thank everybody for watching and listening.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah. And thank you, Brian, for doing this with me as always.
Thanks for inviting me. We'll do it again.
So what's happening? Is there anything happening next week as far as video game news that you know of?
There's some VR stuff I will get you.
We will do a VR podcast. How about that?
We don't have to.
I would like to, because that's your favorite.
I'll just talk about it briefly.
No.
And then move on.
No.
We'll just watch this trailer again.
Okay. No, I do want to go more in depth on things that I don't know about.
I'll put some stuff together for you.
Okay, and I'll put a little something together for you too.
I bet you will.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.